Hello, dear kids. Welcome back to the e-lecture of English. How is it going? I hope you all have given your exam and you all have performed well. So, kids, now we are going to start with our next topic from your cornerstone grammar and composition, and we will be covering two topics today, that is noun gender and one from your vocabulary words often confused. So let's start with our first topic, that is chapter number 7, noun gender. As you have already learned that a noun is a name of a person, place, animal or thing. So what is a gender? Gender of a noun tells us whether a person, place, animal or thing we are talking about, what it indicates, okay, whether it is a male, female or none of them. A gender is a category of a noun which tells us that what we are about, if whatever we are talking about is a male, female or none of them. On the basis of this, we have divided the gender into 4 categories. So, let's learn about them one by one. Now, look at the following sentences. The first sentence is, Shekhar Sen is a man, he is my father. The second one is, Reema Sen is a woman, she is my mother. Here, notice the highlighted words. Okay, the highlighted words are man, father, woman, mother. Now, as you all know that here man and father are the words which are used for males. Similarly, woman and mother are the words which are used for females. Okay, so nouns that stands for males are said to be in the masculine form. Okay, the nouns that stand for males are said to be in the masculine form. For example, boy, man, father, son, king, grandfather, lion, bull, stag, horse, etc. So, these are some of the example for masculine gender. Now, moving on to our next type, which is feminine gender. Now, nouns that stand for females are said to be in the feminine gender. For example, mother, daughter, girl, queen, grandmother, woman, lioness, tigress, etc. These are the words which will come under feminine gender because they stand for females. Now, you all are clear about it. Masculine gender means when we are talking about males, whereas feminine gender means when we are talking about female. Now, look at the following sentences. Mrs. Robinson is a doctor. Mr. Robinson is a doctor too. Now here, doctor can stand or we can use the word doctor for both Mrs. Robinson as well as Mr. Robinson. So here the word doctor is common for both male and female. Nouns that can be used for both males and females are said to be in the common gender. Whenever we are using the same word for male and female, it will come under common gender. For example, teacher. Okay, now teacher, here by listening to the word teacher, can you identify whether it's a male or a female? No, you cannot identify because a teacher can be a male or female. Exactly in the same way, if I use the word engineer, so can you tell me whether the person we are talking about is a boy engineer or a girl engineer? Again, it won't be clear to us because we are using the word engineer for both males and females. So, teacher, engineer, students, player, doctor, etc. are the words which we are using for both male and female. So, these all words will come under common gender. Nouns that can be used for both males and females are said to be in the common gender. Moving on to our last type, look at the following sentences. Suman is flying a kite. Sumit has a car. Kids, notice the highlighted words over here. Here, kite and car are non-living things. Such nouns come under neuter gender. So, nouns that are neither male or female are said to be in the neuter gender. For example, chair, table, mobile, etc. These all are non-living things and they cannot be categorized under male or female. So, it will come under neuter gender. So, kids, let's recapitulate this chapter. Let's have a quick revision of this chapter. Gender is a category of noun which tells us that what we are talking about, whatever we are talking about is a male, female or none of them. There are 4 types of gender: masculine, feminine, common and neuter. Whenever we are talking about male, person or animals, it will come under masculine gender. Feminine gender refers to the nouns related to females. Common genders are the words which are used for both males and females. And neuter gender means whenever we are talking about non-living things which cannot be categorized under male or female. Or you can say that the names of the things or objects will come under neuter gender. Remember that gender of common and neuter noun cannot be changed. In real world, both masculine and feminine gender are already existing, and accordingly the English language has masculine gender nouns and feminine gender nouns to represent each one of them. Suppose if I use the word uncle, from the word you will come to know that it will come under masculine gender. If I use the word suppose hen, from the word you will come to know that it will come under feminine gender. So in order to represent each one of them, we have masculine and feminine gender. Kids, there is a chart on your screen. Just go through it and as well as go through the example given in the cornerstone, so that the words you will be more familiar and clear about it. And now I hope that you all will be able to define and identify the types of gender of nouns, as well as you will be able to use appropriate gender nouns in the sentences. Moving on to our next topic, which is vocabulary. And the name of the chapter is Words Often Confused. Now, kids, as you all are well aware that there are some words in the English language that sound similar, but they have different spellings. We often get confused about their usage. So, what you should do is you should understand the meaning of the word and use it in the correct place. Suppose if I say the word right and right, R-I-G-H-T and W-R-I-G-H-T, you all know the difference between them. So whenever you are having a confusion among between two words, then what you should do is you should check the dictionary. You should try to identify the difference. Let's understand this through some example. So the first set of words are S's and S's. Here S's means approach. ACCESS. It means approach. Let me use it in a sentence so that it will be more clear to you. He has no S's to the confidential file. Whereas the word EXCESS means more than what is needed. Anything in SS is bad for us. So understand the difference between both the words. Here the pronunciation of the words are same, but the spelling and the meaning is totally different. Let's move to the next set of words. Effect and effect. Here AFFECT. Effect means bring change. Like, for example, sentence, I am using it in a sentence, coronavirus has affected the life of people. Whereas effect, EFFECT, effect means change or result. So the sentence which we can form through this is, virus has a harmful effect on human health. It has a harmful result on our health. So the difference of both the words, the difference in meaning for both the words is different. Now let's see the last set of examples. Desert and desert. DESERT, desert means a sandy area. Whereas DESSERT, desert means sweet dish which is eaten at the end of a meal. Let's use it in a sentence. Let me use it for DESERT. Sahara is the largest desert in the world. Whereas when you are using the word DESSERT, the sentence can be written as, ice cream is a delicious dessert. Dessert means which we eat, sweet dish which we eat at the end of a meal. So kids, there are many words in English language which are having the same pronunciation but different meaning and spelling. So don't get confused with those words. Try to find out the meaning. You all are knowing how to use a dictionary. Try to find out the meaning, find out the difference between them, and then you should use it in a sentence. Okay, I hope that both the topics are clear to everyone. Whatever doubt you may have, you can ask it during the live session. Go through the exercises and try to solve by your own. Thank you.